Welcome to the Shujinko Move Steel tier list. We're just gonna get straight into it. We're just gonna go just across the row, one by one, see what we got. Alright, first up is Liu Kang. Liu Kang, alright, you steal his fire dragon, you steal like that other pop-up move. Frankly, the fire dragon has like it's a ground bounce, so you can't get an air move. And the other move is an air bounce, however, the scaling on it is a little worse. And honestly, the scaling on the Fire Dragon as well is pretty bad too. I do gotta give props though, he does have a low move steal with his down. He has a low one, which having a low move steal is already good because Shujinko already has an overhead. So you have a pretty good mix up there. So for that alone, the scaling's bad on his pop-ups, but he has a low for mix-ups. So for that alone, I think that's gonna pop him probably in the B tier of move stealing just because of the low. That's kind of it. Don't worry, people are gonna get worse. Alright, Kung Lao. Kung Lao actually has some pretty cool properties. He's got his own little crumple stun you can use, which he's actually the only one you can crumple stun and then get another Shujinko crumple stun with as well. There's like 2 other characters you can crumple stuns with, but you can't do a Shujinko crumple stun after them. But with Kung Lao, you can. Don't know why, but you're able to, and I like it, and it actually does a lot of damage if you do 2 crumple stuns in one combo. Other than that, he just has some basic projectiles, and then a basic air pop-up, and then he does have like his spinning Beyblade move that you steal from him, which is actually pretty good. If you're like full range and you're just trying to like just trying to mess with him from full screen, it can be kind of funny. So for that, just because of the you know what? I'm gonna put him in B tier. I'm gonna put Liu Kang in C tier. I feel like that's better. Okay, that's better. Raiden. Okay, Raiden's is really good. I'm not gonna lie. So you actually have access to a really good mix-up because his main combo starter pop-up is a low. So you can mix all day with his main combo starter, which is actually really good. So other than that, he does steal a projectile, but you can also charge it up and do a decent amount of chip damage if they all hit from like full screen, so that's really nice. He doesn't really have too much, but I think there's only like 2 things he really steals. But honestly, because his main combo starter is a low, that definitely puts him in A tier. Like, that is really strong. Having a low combo starter is fantastic. Okay, we got a Geras. Okay, Geras. So there's no mix-ups with him. However, both of his move steals are combo starters, are 2 of his main ones. His down forward, and then you can aim it like his rising sand trap thing. That thing is a combo starter if you do it right. If you do like the back cameo, his mid into like the medium distance one, you can actually get a combo with pretty much anyone. So it's a free pop-up. It only costs half a cameo meter. But honestly, his time stop move is so much better. And if you're using a character like Ghostface that can extend a combo for a long ass time by himself, he can get like the sand trap move and the time stop move in the same combo, and it does massive damage. So honestly, Geras is definitely S tier. Geras big S tier. He's got a lot of good stuff for him. Li Mei. All right, Li Mei is questionable. She has a few things that is good for her. All right, her main pop-up does take 2 hits of gravity, which is pretty bad for a lot of people. Which Li Mei is not the only character that has a pop-up that uses more than 1 hit of gravity, but everyone else usually has another option that has 1 hit of gravity. But for Li Mei, there is no other option. She has the Lantern, which for some characters, a Lantern can actually give you like sweep combos or like random, like any combo that kind of pops them up, any hit that pops them up a little bit that's a low or an overhead will give you a combo from the Lantern. So that is a cool little setup you can do with Li Mei. So there's some setup potential. There's some good setup potential with Li Mei. And then I think another thing holding her back is that she doesn't really have... I mean, she does have a projectile, but it is her full cameo meter. But then her down forward is like her like little dragon kick thing. And frankly, that's just... It's not a very good projectile. So having a strong projectile is good. However, down back being her main projectile, using a full cameo gauge, can kind of suck for a projectile. So honestly, for those reasons, I think she's going to go in C tier. I don't think it's that strong. The damage scaling is good on it, don't get me wrong. But 2 hits of gravity and Lantern setup, Thunder setup's pretty strong, but not for every character. And then not having like a decent, like decently cheap projectile is kind of holding her back. Okay, Kitana. So, Kitana's move steal, her main combo starter move steal, damage scaling, really low. It's pretty bad. However, that's not really the use of it, because I'm not gonna lie, you can get some nutty corner combos. Like, because it holds them in the air for so long, you can do stuff in the corner with it, and it is pretty good. That's where the main value kind of comes from. But to be honest, I think that's the only value, because I mean, she just has some basic projectiles for half a meter. That's pretty basic, and there's not much else to talk about with Kitana. She just has like a weaker. Honestly, it's just a really weaker version of Ermac's main move steal, which is just lifting him in the air for an extended period of time. So for that, I think it's actually our first D tier. Kitana is not that good to steal from. Alright, Melina. So Melina is another one of those characters that has another low projectile that's really good for mix-ups. So that instantly pops her up to C. But what else does she have? She has her ball roll. And her ball roll is actually really fast. You know, as fast as Melina. So you could just throw that out mid-screen, full screen. And it pops him up pretty far in the air for a pretty long time to get, like, if you have, like, some sort of advancing move that you can get a combo with, you can definitely do that. It is pretty good. So on top of her really fast, like, full screen combo starter, along with her low projectile, I think that actually does bump her up to B tier. That is pretty good. I like it. Alright, Tanya. So, I'm not gonna lie, I was confused with Tanya for the longest time. I thought her main combo starter was a low, turns out it's a mid. I was wrong. But she does have two different combo starters. One is kind of like a... I mean, in the corner, it switches sides, which is not preferable, actually. I mean, wait, that's if you're cornering them. You have a side switcher if you are cornered, is the better way to put that. So if you're cornered and you land it, you can switch sides with that, and then you can get like a cornered version of a combo, whatever you want. Otherwise, you can just do like normal pop-up, and then it's also an air extension as well. But then she has some basic projectiles. Honestly, there's nothing too crazy about Tanya. Like there's not too much going on there. There's kind of just two pop-ups. The side switch is kind of cool, but pretty situational. I think this is gonna be another C tier. There's nothing too crazy about her. All right, Scorpion. I think this is actually the first restand? Yeah, this is the first restand extension on this list so far. But Scorpion actually is I think he's one of the, not the weakest, but he is one of the weaker restand ones, mainly because you can't do 2-in-1 combo, which for some characters, like Ghostface, you can't get like a double cameo steal like combo, which for some characters is really fun to get, two combo steal combos. Because if you do it a second time, it just kind of knocks them down, which is normal for a Scorpion player, but for move stealing, you know, I kind of would want it to extend it further. So you can only use it once in a combo, so that does hold it back a little bit, but it is a restand, and you got plenty of time to get a hit afterwards. And actually, I think this is the only unique restand, other than maybe Ghostface, that is actually like a full restand. Like you can hit them while they're in the air, juggled, and then it completely restands them for another hit. So that actually does make it really good. And actually, it's pretty strong. So because of that, I think we're going to put him... Let's see, let me think. Oh, you know what? I also forgot to mention Scorpion also has, like, really good down forward moves as well. Like, he's definitely A tier. Actually, yeah, he's A tier. He's got his down forward up, which is a teleport, which is plus on block. And then he also has his spear spin, which is really good for chipping out. And then he also has his down back down. That's like the unblockable, like, low move that he does. It does like 10%. Actually, not 10%. It does like 7%. Which he has tools to kill a Scorpion that's low. You can chip him out, and he has a really good restand. So you know what? Yeah, definitely A tier. Sub-Zero. All right. This is one of those restanders that kind of sucks. Both of his combo extensions, his down back cameo, both have terrible scaling. Granted, one of them is a projectile, although it's a very slow projectile, so it's probably not going to land that often. The other one is his, like, ground ice move that he does. That does extend combos on the ground. However, the scaling on it is really bad. Like, it's pretty atrocious. I'd honestly say the best use of Sub-Zero would be his down forward cameo, which is his ice slide, which is his low. That's probably the most value you'll get out of Sub-Zero, because you do have a mix-up, which would bump him up the C tier, but because of his restands and how poorly scaled they are, I actually kind of had to put him at D, just because of that. Like, he gets a low, which is really nice. You get a good mix-up. But that's kind of it. Like, you're not getting any cool combos with it. At least with Kitana, you're getting, like... Yeah, with Kitana, you're getting, like, some cool corner combos. And that's about it. But with Sub-Zero, you're not really getting much. So I'm getting below Kitana. I need to try and reform these, actually, in order. Reptile. Alright, Reptile's another one of those that is also pretty poorly scaled. However, the ball that he steals, it pops him up enough to where, even after a crumple stun, it still pops him up, like, really, really far. So if you want to extend the combo after a crumple stun a lot more, you can use, like, one of his force balls, because Reptile's not one of those Reptile's not one of those move steals that you use to, like, start combos with. It's actually more of like an extension after a crumple stun, because then you can use his force ball, and then you can get like a full pop-up at that point, pretty much. His dash starter does have better scaling than the force ball, but you definitely can't like use it after a crumple stun and get an extension at all. Then he has a spit, which is probably like one of the worst projectiles you can steal, because it's so unbelievably slow. If you hold it down, you get, like, the spit ball, but if you don't hold it down, you just get, you know, the basic spit, which is a terrible projectile. So his combo scaling is bad, however, his force ball is pretty good for extensions, like, far into the combo. So for that, I think we're going to put him, like, higher up on C tier. I think Tanya's slightly better, but Liu Kang is probably still slightly worse. Alright, Smoke. Smoke is a pretty good restand. Not only that, I mean, you get access to invisibility for any character, which is really cool for if you have a character that's good with lows and overheads. But a lot of people don't know about Shujinko is that if you do a forward cameo into down back cameo with Smoke, you can still get an extension after that. Like, it is basically a restand. Like, you can get like a standing one, whatever punish you're using for your character, down back cameo, and then get another like fast move after that, and it all combos, which is really cool that this is a restand extension, and you can also just use it for invisibility whenever you want, because it's also really quick. As for his other moves that he has his like his overhead, which Shujinko already has an overhead, so there's no reason that they would get hit by it, on block especially. At least it is plus on block though. His overhead that he has, his down forward cameo, it is plus on block. So you can still use it for pressure, because they might not know it's plus on block and try and punish it, and you can get like a micro duck or something. So that is useful. I'm actually gonna put him in B tier. He is a pretty good. Actually, you know what? I don't think it's as good as Scorpion, but I think Raiden's a little better because of the low combo starter is insanely good. So we're gonna put him there. It's pretty good. I like it. Rain. Okay, Rain is something. There's nothing too crazy about Rain. He kind of just steals like just two normal pop-ups, one of which has a lot better scaling than the other for some reason. His down back down is like, it shoots like the portal, like the water portals, then it pops them up like that. And the other one is like the little water stream that pops him up. But his normal down back cameo is so much better scaling. I don't know why you wouldn't use that over the other one. And then his down forward is just a normal projectile. However, if you hold it down, you actually get a crumple stun if they get hit by it, but you can't combo into it because it has to charge up for a second. But for some characters, like if you're playing like Sub-Zero or someone that, or Ermac, someone that like, you know, makes them like still for a long time, then you can get that crumple stun and probably do some cool stuff with it. You cannot, however, get two crumple stuns in a combo with Rain though, like you can with Kung Lao. You can't do like a Shujinko crumple stun after this crumple stun. I'm unsure why, but you can't. But because he does have some unique stuff with that, I think B tier, not as good as Melina. Or, yeah, not as good as Melina. I think bottom B tier. Johnny Cage. Alright, Johnny Cage is honestly not that strong of a move steal. I'm not gonna lie, his move steal is kind of annoying. His pop-up pushes him away so unbelievably far mid-screen. It's annoying as hell. Like, if you try and, like, if you have a character that doesn't have a long, like, just like a super long, like, kick or something that they can get a combo extension from, it's super hard to combo with Johnny Cage's move steal, like mid-screen. You have to do it in the corner, or you're probably gonna drop it. Like even trying to do a jump-in attack, like air string, is super hard because it just pushes them so far away, which can be really annoying. He also steals the sunglasses move that he has, which doesn't combo into it. Unfortunately, you can't combo into it unless like you have a character that can like freeze the enemy. But on block, you can try it for pressure. It doesn't really work for pressure though. They most of the time block it, and you can just kind of keep applying pressure after that. So you can use it for pressure, but they're not really gonna get hit by it. And it uses a full cameo gauge, which kind of sucks. And then you just steal his dash kick, which is full screen, and it's a decent. It is, however, a high, so they can duck it. But I mean, it's a decent little like full screen projectile kind of. So for these reasons, I think he's actually like a slightly higher B tier. No, I think he's higher C tier. I think it's decent. Like, it's a decent combo starter. The scaling on it's good, but it's not great. So we're actually probably this is actually a questionable one. I think we're putting him at bottom of C tier. Like I still think Liu Kang is slightly better just because it's easier to combo from, and he doesn't got a low. So yeah, Liu Kang's got that over him. Kenshi. Alright, Kenshi's kind of a fun one. You can use like his normal pop-up, his down back up cameo, and just do like a normal pop-up. It's fine, you can do that. But you can also do like just pull out Sento, which I've actually been trying to learn how to use Sento with, you know, my mains with Shujinko because it is kind of fun. It's really funny to just pull out a Sento on a Kenshi when you're not playing Kenshi. It's incredibly hilarious. So he's definitely got the laugh factor, and if you kind of learn how to use, if you already know how to use Sento, then you're already having an easy day with that. Other than that, he steals like his charge move as well, but it's down forward, it just kind of charges forward, absorbs projectiles, and then hits him if he doesn't block. So that is pretty nice. I'd say Kenshi is probably A tier, like probably right above Smoke. Hold on. No, I'd say he's above Smoke. I'd say Sento is a really good tool, especially if you know how to use them. Like if you do like Sento after a crumple stun, then there's nothing they can do about it. Alright, Baraka. Baraka is pretty basic, honestly. He does have a down back that isn't a combo starter at all. It actually is a knockdown, but on block is fairly safe. It's actually, I don't remember if it's zero, I think it's 0 frames, like it's back to neutral, but they don't know that. They're probably going to punish with a high, it means you can get a micro duck. That's kind of one of the strong things with Shujinko, is a lot of its stuff is safe. But the enemy doesn't know that, so they're going to try and like punish you with a high, and then you can maybe get a micro duck after that, or you can just get a poke and take your turn back. But other than his knockdown, he does also have a combo starter if you hold down with it. And it's kind of a basic one, it's just a normal pop-up, and then he has a really quick projectile, which a projectile is pretty good, it's like super fast. It catches him off guard a lot. So for these reasons, I think Baraka's pretty simple, but I think he's maybe higher C tier actually, just because of that. Alright, Havoc. Havoc is pretty decent, actually. He's got a fairly good scaling combo starter. He also has, like, a pressure combo starter as well, if they get hit by it. There's, like, he has, like, he steals Havoc's 2 different, like, red balls that come out of his body. And then, he also steals, the corpse spin move that he has, which on block is safe and it knocks him back pretty far away, so it's really good for pressure. Doesn't really have that many projectiles though, other than, no, he does, but they're his down back ones, so they are fairly expensive projectiles, but they're both combo starters. So nothing too crazy with Havoc. I think he's probably just going to be maybe like high C tier. There's nothing like too good about him, like with these guys, but there is enough that he is just fairly basic and strong. Right, Ashra. Ashra is okay. Honestly, it's like the same with Havoc pretty much. However, she does get a low. She does have a cheap low that only costs half of the cameo meter. She also has like her normal like mid projectile and a low projectile. So that's already a mix-up. And then she just has a normal basic pop-up. So there's not too much going on with Ashra other than that. Good mix-up, good pop-up, bottom B tier. Easy. Sindel. Sindel is, I think, exactly the same as Ashra. She has a basic pop-up. She has a mid projectile. She has a low projectile. Yeah, same as Ashra. B tier. General Shao. General Shao is really good, actually. So normally, alright, he has access to a low combo starter. It's fairly slow, so it's not as good as Raiden's. Raiden is really quick. But he has a low combo starter that's pretty slow, but he also has a mid combo starter. So like if you hit confirm into it, the mid one scales really good. Like it's the second best scaling. He has the second best scaling like move steal in the game. So the low one scales a lot more, but the mid that he has scales a lot better, and it is fantastic damage. Other than that, he does have an overhead. It doesn't not actually have a projectile, which kind of sucks. So actually, I think we're going to put him right below Raiden, just because of the low combo starter. He doesn't have a projectile, which, to be fair, his low does go full screen, though, so that can be really nice. But I still don't think it's as good as Raiden. Alright, Shang Tsung, easy F tier. Easy F tier. No, don't... These move steals are so useless. Shang Tsung has by far the worst move steals ever. Like, they are bad. And I think the game knows this, because his main down-back cameo against a Shang Tsung is to swap to their cameo. Like, the move stealing is so useless that you just swap to the other cameo in hopes that you can do something with it. That's how bad it is. It pushes him so unbelievably far away. It doesn't corner combo, and the damage scaling on it, that when you can get a combo with it, is already really bad. There's so many reasons not to use that move. So yeah, Shang Tsung, easy F tier, terrible. I can go on a rant all day about that. Nitara. Okay, Nitara, first thing that comes to mind, no projectiles, unfortunate. However, you do get a few things for her. You can get her like normal pop-up, which actually is pretty cool, because you can choose to only hit it once, like on block, and on hit you can do it twice too, but you can hit like 2 different times, and they both pop up. So you have an option to hit like 2 hits of gravity. It will use 2 hits of gravity if you hit both. But if you only hit that second hit, because you can like confuse them a little bit, you can go for just the 1 hit or the 2 hits on block, and if they only get hit by the second hit, it's still a pop-up. So at that point, then it's only 1 hit of gravity. But if they get hit by the first one and then the second one, then it's 2 hits of gravity. But it is more damage if you hit that second hit. I think it's fantastic for pressure though, because you can only go for like 1, and then they might expect the second one, and then you can just keep pressuring, and then they have to keep blocking. Or you can go for the second one, the second hit that she has, and then like they don't expect it, they get hit by it, and then you get a combo. And both of them are completely safe on block. I don't know why, but they made it safe on block. That's kind of crazy. And then you can also steal lifesteal as well. So if you want to like chip them out or something, you can just do that like on block, and then like if they punish you for it, then they're taking damage as they're, you know, hitting you. So they might take chip damage and die. So that's already pretty good. I'd say this is actually probably up there with like Scorpion. Like this is probably like right below Scorpion. Nitara's pretty good. I like Nitara. All right, Reiko. Oh Jesus Christ, Reiko. So Reiko, I think we all know where this is going. This is an easy S tier. No, getting a throw combo with Reiko is insane. Shujinko kinda counters Reiko pretty hard. Like there's pretty much 90% of like any character's strings that you can like special cancel into will special cancel into the throw. I've come across like every now and again there's a string or something, or like a button that doesn't actually combo into the throw. You just gotta experiment a little bit on block. But like on block, most buttons will combo into the throw. Or you can just go for his mid and overhead and then get a quick like little damage there if you think they're gonna duck it. But yeah, no, getting that throw combo is insanely good. Easy S tier. You also steal a parry, which frankly I never seen used because it's not as good as a throw. And then it just steals like, you know, the shurikens and the slide. That's fun and all. That's fun and all. Good projectile, good, you know. The throw is what shines with his move steals. Alright, Omni-Man. Omni-Man, it's kind of crazy how many moves you steal from Omni-Man. You steal 3 different combo starters with him. Frankly, I think his down back up, which is like his stance 4, it's really not good. It pushes him too far away, and the damage scaling is less than the other 2. So I don't understand why you'd want to go for that one. However, it is full screen. It travels full screen, so that might be a good use for it. But hit confirming into it is kind of pointless. The other 2 are actually really good. You can use his overhead one, hit confirm into it. The only thing I will say about his overhead is that it doesn't combo if you do back cameo, like his mid, into that overhead. It doesn't combo into it. The hit stun for that mid that he has does not last long enough for that overhead to land. You have to do his normal down back, which is the spine breaker move that you steal. Which is unfortunate because the spine breaker actually uses 2 hits of gravity, which can kind of suck sometimes for some characters. But I mean, a combo is a combo. Just keep that in mind if you ever move steal from Omni-Man. If you're gonna go for the mid, don't do the overhead because it's not gonna combo. But the scaling on it's pretty good. You get 3 different combo starters, and actually the spine breaker is also full screen. So if you like, you know, randomly do that, it'll hit him from full screen, and you could get a combo from it. Other than that, he steals his clap, which is not a full screen projectile, which kind of sucks. Safe on block, though. So I think this is a strong B tier. Like, I don't think it's up there with A, but I think it's probably above Ashura and Sindel. Alright, Kuan Chi, another restander. Oh, he is pretty good. The projectile that he steals, solid. Even in the corner, there's like so much, there's so little recovery actually from his projectile that for some characters you can actually get a corner combo with it, because after you steal like his down forward projectile, if they're high enough in the air and they get hit by it, you could possibly get an extension in the corner. Like it's a pretty good projectile. Like and also it's super hard to punish because of how little recovery there is on it. But honestly, that's not the best part of it. Is his down back cameo is like his bone trap thing, and that thing is really good because the restand, the amount of time they're like standing there that you can combo into is really good. It's long enough to like for Ghostface to get like a phone call. Like that's how long it is. So really solid, just restander. I still don't think it's as good as like, I'm gonna put him right above Kenshi. Like I don't think it's as good as these two, but it's still pretty good. I don't think it's anywhere near this though. Peacemaker. All right. So Peacemaker is probably the best person to hit confirm with if you're looking for like if you're looking for air juggle combos. Mainly because the damage scaling on his overhead that he has, that you steal, is the best in the game. Like General Shao is number 2, Peacemaker's number 1. And not only that, alright, if you have a character that can get double cameo steal combos, then you can do that. It's also his sonic boom that you also steal after a crumple stun will like launch him in the air really far and pretty much extend it further. So he's also really good for double cameo steal combos. And then you also steal his torpedo, which does cost a full meter, but I mean it's also really quick, and it is a knockdown though, so it's not actually a combo starter. And then you just steal his gunshots, and that, I mean, yeah, that's kind of it for him. Honestly, because of the scaling on it, right? Because of how much damage you can give with Peacemaker, like it's so unbelievably good. I think this might be the first like S tier pop up. Like the damage scaling is that good. It's justified. All right, it's very justified. Ermac. All right, we're S tiering it up now. Ermac's S tier. I'm sorry. He's not the best. Let me make sure. Reiko, I think no. Reiko's probably not as good as Peacemaker. Ermac. All right, hold on. Let me explain why he's S tier. Getting double move steal combos with Ermac is so unbelievably easy. I mean, you trap him. I mean, it's a low as well, so I mean, it is a mix-up combo starter. You have a restand a low. It's slow though, so they can react to it. It doesn't land all the time. They're gonna probably get used to it if you spam it too much. And then he has the air raise, which, you know, like his like the thing that holds him up in the air. He steals that as well, and it holds him up in the air for a really long time. Like the amount of setups and stuff you can do against an Ermac with his move steals is insanely good. Not only that, but I mean, if you're also playing a character that has a good, like, freeze move, like Cyrax or Sub-Zero, his down forward, if you hold it, also gives you a crumple stun. And trying to catch him off guard with that as well on block could sometimes work. So, Ermac, definitely, I'm gonna put him probably above Peacemaker. He's really good. Like, Ermac's a really good just move steal to steal from. Homelander, I've more recently found out how to use his move steal really well. So basically, he does have 2 projectiles. He has a mid and a high projectile. They're both kind of like basic projectiles. However, his down back, there's 2 different down back versions. You can do like his like uppercut that launches him in the air, and the scaling on that is actually pretty bad. So I don't ever want to use that. I wouldn't. But he's probably the best restand like extension in the game. The scaling on it is the best like restand in the game, and also you can hold it. And you can just keep applying pressure. You can just keep applying pressure to the enemy. You just see like Shujinko just hovering above you, waiting to laser them. And if you get a laser, then it's a full combo after that. You can do whatever you want with them. So Homelander. Honestly, I'd say he's above Raiden. If I can get Raiden above him, yeah, I'd say he's like top A tier. I don't know if he's up here, but he is definitely like top A tier, really close to S tier. Alright, Takeda. Yeah, no, he's the best. Takeda, hands down, the best move steal in the game. Alright, let me explain. His down back cameo that he has, it's okay. It's just an overhead combo starter. It's pretty slow, so they're probably going to react to it on block. It does go full screen though. You can aim it, so close, medium, far. You can aim it all the way at them in case they're doing something stupid. His down back cameo is not, where he shines though. It's his down forward cameo. That's incredible. On block, right? So you have Shujinko's back cameo, up cameo. It goes into the mid, into an overhead. You get them scared of that overhead, or if they start up blocking it and they're getting used to it, you can get on block that back cameo into the down forward cameo, hold back so that it hits them up close, and you get an exploding shuriken star at their feet. That's a low. And if you're in the corner, with any character, you can do it twice. You can get 2 different restands in the corner. Mid-screen, you can probably only get 1. Some characters, you can actually get 2 mid-screen based on, how good a character's moveset is. Like, I know with Ghostface, you can use 2-2 into forward cameo, and then get the ninja star, and then get another 2-2 mid-screen into another ninja star, and then just do it again. So some characters can actually do that mid-screen. But in the corner, you can do it with anyone, with any string you want. So not only is the damage insane, because you get 2 different restands, alright? If you're playing a character like Ghostface or Conan or something like that, who have, like, restand, like, moves, then you can probably get, 4 different cameo move steals in one combo if you use enough bar on it, and it does an insane amount of damage. Like, Takeda is... If you know how to move steal from a Takeda's will fear you if you're using Shujinko. It is terrifying to play against. Alright, moving on to Cyrax and Sector. So Cyrax has a few good things. She does steal her foam restand that kind of just leaves them there for a little bit, which is good for setups and stuff like that. However, I will say, the scaling on it is pretty bad. But because of how long it is, you could probably also get, a double cameo move steal combo. And the other down back up that you do steal from her is actually really good because it launches them and it continues to launch them. It uses a bunch of hits though. It does use a lot of gravity, but it's launching them for so long that you're able to get a special move in between there. Like with Omni-Man, I play a lot of Omni-Man. You're able to get that move right after a long combo into Crumple Stun, and then I'm able to get that special move from Shujinko move steal, her up or spin kick that puts him in the air. And I'm able to get a Viltrumite stance 1 after it's done. That's how much time you have while it's happening to just do something. Not only that, you steal her bombs, which does actually give access to a throw combo. So Shujinko actually has throw combos against Cyrax. If you place down a bomb while they're knocked down, or during a crumple stun, you can just set up a bomb and then on their wake up do a forward throw, and the bomb will hit them, and you can get a full combo from it, and it's actually kind of crazy. Yeah, because of these things, I think this is actually a higher A tier. Probably not as good as Raiden. Probably not as good as... I think it's probably here. I think this is where Cyrax will sit. Alright, moving on to Sector. Sector is pretty basic, I'm not gonna lie. She steals normally just a basic pop-up. It is full screen though. The pop-up is full screen, so you can do it anywhere on screen and catch them doing something. She also steals... You also steal the other pop-up she has. I don't exactly know what it's called, but a bunch of bombs in the air, and it uses a bunch of hits of gravity, so be weary of that. But the damage scaling is a lot better on it though than the other one. Then she just steals a normal projectile and then her flamethrower, which is very safe on block, so that's okay to use on block because it's very safe. Honestly, I think this is pretty basic C tier. There's nothing too crazy going on with Sector at all. Let me figure out where she's gonna go. I think it's gonna be right below Reptile. Okay, we're fine. Noob Saibot. Okay, Noob Saibot's actually really good. We're at the home stretch here, boys. Alright, hold on. We're almost there. Noob Saibot, you steal a really good low portal move, which on block you can continue to pressure after it because it kind of takes a while to set up, but if they don't if they can interrupt it. That is the thing. They can interrupt the portal if they react to it fast enough, but sometimes they just won't. You can also do it after a crumple stun. You can get the portal set up during their crumple stun, and then on their wake up they have to deal with if you want to do an overhead at that point, they might have to block low, and you can do a hard to block basically. So you get a hard to block with Noob. But you also get access to a teleport, which is a full screen teleport, and it teleports them to you. So if you catch them doing something, you can do that, and it teleports them directly to you. which is very strong. And then you also steal his low slide, which is also really good because of the low, and you now have access to it in the mix-up. Honestly, all of Noob Saibot's move steals are just really solid, really good. Like, there's nothing bad about them. So I think this is actually one of, like, mid-A tier, probably. Maybe, like, we're right below Cyrax. I like it. I like Noob. Alright, Ghostface. I think a lot of people sleep on the Ghostface move stealing. There's so much cool stuff you could do with it. You also get access to a throw combo in the corner. So you can do, like, his normal down back is like a restand, basically, and that's pretty much all it is. But his down back down is what you actually want to. I want to try and use more because it's really fun. Because if you hold the cameo button while they're like crawling on the ground, it like it delays it and they don't do it. They just kind of like run towards it, like crawl towards them. And if you do a forward throw, then you're gonna like push him forward and then you can let go of the cameo button and get like a throw combo. And with people like Conan or people with like throw strings, like strings with throws in them, like Havoc or Conan. You can go for that, and then if they duck it, you can go for the low, let go of the cameo button, or if they do get hit by it, then you still let go of it, and then you get another throw combo. You can also just do like, since it is a low as well, you can just try and do like an overhead string, and then give him a hard to block. So you have hard to blocks, you have throw combos, you got pressure. It's insane. Ghostface is actually insane. I actually think Ghostface is like bottom S tier. Like it is. You have a restand. You got throw combos, you got hard to blocks, like, what do you not have with this character? It's insane. Last up is Conan. Oh, Conan. So Conan does officially have the worst damage scaling pop-up in the game. Even worse than Shang Tsung. Like, Shang Tsung is bad, but Conan makes Shang Tsung's, like, scaling look good. Like, it was really hard to try and get 40%, like, with Omni-Man against a Conan, that pop-up move steal. Like, it was tough. I eventually found out that you get pretty much a guaranteed like air follow-up after the hit, so using it at like the very end of your combo can actually kind of just ensure like a little bit more damage. But it's not a whole lot of damage, I will say. It's like an extra 10 or 15 damage, so it's not a whole lot, but I mean it is something. I think the unique thing about Conan is actually his down forward up that you steal from him. It only costs half, but if they're in the air at all and you try and like land that hit, it bounces them up. If you have a string with your character that bounces them up, and you like try and hit confirm that into that Conan move steal, it'll probably pop them up for a combo extension, which that's probably the most use you'll get out of Conan, because his other move steal is kind of dog ass. And for that reason, I think he's going to be probably bottom D tier. Conan, I mean, you got one decent thing, but that's kind of it. And it's very situational, because they have to be in the air, so you can't really hit confirm in it unless you have a string that hits him in the air, or a string that pops him in the air. I think that's gonna do it, guys. This is the tier list. I don't think I need to adjust this. I think this is pretty accurate. If you disagree or want to argue with something, feel free to do that in the comments, because I'd love to hear your thoughts. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for today. I just wanted to make a fun little video for like a tier list move steal. Hopefully you guys learned something new, and hopefully you use more Shujinko, because he's awesome, and I want to see more Shujinko players out there. Anyway, I hope you all have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.